I have a friend, we used to work out together, and she took in, but she lost it at, I think, 3 months. And when she came to the gym, the first thing that
People
the person
just
saw
be
is,
like,
you've
yes,
added
you've
weight.
added weight. And
I
you don't
almost
know what
fought
they
in the
have
gym
gone
that day.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of Welcome Waves Undiluted. My name is Monica.
My name is Lika, and today we have a special guest. She's been my friend for over 8 years. She's very known in the space of wellness, on nutrition specifically. She's been doing this for a while, and one of the things I admire the most about her is that she's speaking from a place of experience. She's been there. She has gone through the stress. She has gone through the wahala. She has done it all, and she's coming out on top again and again. I have today with me Ono from Shozi's Meal Plan.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me. Season of
We're
Shozi's.
so happy for you to be our guest today.
Thank you so much.
So today's topic is stranger to the mirror. Now, why we decided on this topic is because there is that challenge of navigating between when you lose the weight, keeping the weight, and the whole story behind it. A lot of people, a lot of fitness people always talk about lose the weight, but nobody really talks about after you have lost the weight.
Exactly.
Keeping it off. Not just only the keeping it off part, but the mental state that comes with that change. So today, Ono would really like you to dive into that and just from your own experience, because you have lived that story. And give us a bit about
All right.
that.
Thank you so much. It's an interesting topic, one I like a lot because I always tell people. I would like to start from this. A lot of people think losing the weight is the hard part. But that's the easiest part. Maintaining the weight is the hard part. And when we say maintaining the weight, a lot of people think it's just, oh, let me not add more weight. But the truth is, there's also let me not lose more weight.
Yep.
Especially with women, one of the key things for women is they don't want to lose their curves. So when you get to your ideal weight, according to the person, the weight that you want to keep, there is this fear of, I'm losing too much or I'm losing more. So the hardest thing is to be on equilibrium, where you are not on a deficit or you are not in an excess. You are just on equilibrium, and that is where the work starts.
Yeah.
And another bubble that I would like to burst that I see with maybe 95% of my clients, they don't realize that this is a new lifestyle now. They always think okay, I'm done. Let me go back. Yeah. So I usually say this is how you will continue to eat. And that's why we have to bring a realistic approach to it. We're not bringing an approach that is in a rush or something that you cannot maintain. I would always also say that if you cannot do whatever plan or whatever thing you're doing to lose weight, if you cannot do it while nursing, you can't do it for life.
Wow.
As a woman.
Yeah.
Yes. That means it's healthy, it's safe, and the pace is okay. So they don't realize, it's like, I don't know, especially when they come to a coach, they just believe you're a magician. Yes, they believe you're a magician. Just do like this and something will happen. So they don't believe, they don't realize, let me not use the word believe, they don't realize that they will do the work. You just hold them accountable, show them the work, they'll do the work. And then this is their new life. Like, you're not going back, come back. Even me, the coach, there are seasons that I've gone back and I added the weight. So who are you coming to?
Yeah.
Do you understand? So that is a very big bubble I would like to burst, that this is you now. So if you cannot sustain it, you cannot continue for a year or plus, don't invest in it. So people invest in things that they cannot carry on with.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, they find the weight come back. They just invest in the wrong things. Anything you do to lose weight is an investment. It should be something that you can sustain even after you have lost the weight.
Yeah.
So go for a realistic approach, like I would say, because this is your new life now. Even if you're not working out as you used to while you were trying to lose weight, the food, you can't go back. You can't go back. So that's what I would say at this juncture.
That
you can't
you should
go back.
debunk that.
Yes, you can't. You can't.
Okay,
go
so
back.
what of the mental states in terms of so for me, because I have lived through that shift, and one of the things that I think was a major issue for me was that anxious feel of putting back the weight.
Yes.
So
there is that.
I'm ready to do it all. I'm ready to eat right. I'm ready to. But just that feeling, and as you rightly said, what happened to me was that I now lost even more weight.
Yes, that happened to me also.
Yeah, because that fear of, if I eat too much, I might add weight again. So how
anxiety.
do we manage things like that?
So first, I would always tell people, know your why. Know your why. Why are you doing this? For me, I didn't like what I was seeing because of I have small shakara. There are some things that I want to wear and look a certain way, and then coupled with the fact that I am a CS mom, there is just this this expectation that no, you can continue to look pregnant. After all, is it not CS? I hated it.
Yes.
Do you understand? So
narrative.
I wanted that off. So my why was me, right? So just like you, my target was 75 kg. I got to 70. Mine was overdrive, and because I'm a coach also, I have people behind me that are looking right?
at you.
So the anxiety, yes, there's the anxiety that comes with so many. Like I tell my sister, the pressure is different for me. I am the billboard. I'm my business.
Business.
I am the business. I don't need to talk. When I come to somewhere, we just have to talk about children, and I tell you I have 2 kids, and immediately you will see them just look at me head to toe, especially then when when we
the toned out.
So so that sold it for me. So I understand the mental load that you have, but I think that should soften with time, right? When you just realize, especially when you're like 2, 3, 4 years lost, I don't think it's as hard as it was when you just lost the weight.
True.
So for that, I would say give yourself time, and I cannot overemphasize the need to surround yourself with people that understand what you want, the journey, and your why. Like my husband would say, "But you are married, you don't have to." I said, "No, it's not you. It's not even you. Like it's not even about you." I started weight loss. It was my second weight loss journey that started SMP. I'm sure you know, right? And from then till now, I've gone 2 other times, so altogether 4. So I had to explain to the man that, see, it's not about you. It's not even about your marriage. As a human being, I don't want to feel or look like this. So he understood and didn't make mention of, even their days, with weight loss, it's like
of course.
It's like a yo-yo. It goes like up and down,
Good
up and
days,
down.
bad
Yeah.
days.
So when it goes up like that, I won't be hearing things like, you've added some weight to why? The person that it means much to me understands my journey.
Yeah.
So I would say for that, let the people, your friends, your family, that's people that matters to you. Like if I come here now and someone gave me a comment concerning my body, I won't hold it to heart. You know why? They don't matter.
Yeah.
But someone that I love, that I care about, so what I would do for that mental load is I would explain to my people the same way you do when you want to go on a weight loss journey. I tell them, please, I'm on a diet, or don't buy this. If you want to buy me this, if you want to buy something for me, then my husband would always buy fruits, will always buy fruit juice, will always buy. So you understood.
Yeah.
So same thing with the mental load. Please don't comment on my body. Don't
Yeah.
comment. Don't comment. It's okay. This is what I am trying to achieve. This is the journey I am on. It would be nice if you can just encourage me. But I think with time, I'm
It
sure you don't
reduces.
feel as
Yeah, it's not as
same
bad.
with me. Yes,
Yeah.
even the days when I add weight.
Yes,
You
and
know,
I get
I
that
don't
a lot
have to-
recently.
Yes, like
You know, yeah.
even now,
Yeah.
I'm not
They'll
as
be like, yeah,
toned
then.
as I used to be. But the pressure is not so, most of the time, self-inflicted. But I think with time, that has, like, we've outgrown that. So
Yeah.
there is a factor of time. There's also age. I'm sorry, maturity. Like,
Yeah.
I can't be explaining myself to everybody, you know. And as women, sometimes we go through stuff. Like, I have a friend, we used to work out together, and she took in. And she was willing to, go in with she's married. But she lost it
Oh.
at, I think, 3 months. And when she came to the gym, the first thing that
People
the person
just
saw
be
is,
like,
you've
yes,
added
you've
weight.
added weight. And
I
you don't
almost
know what
fought
they
in the
have
gym
gone
that day.
through.
Because you don't know what people have been
through.
She cried and she left the gym. I think she didn't come to the gym for like another 1 month.
Oh.
And I'm saying this so that people can learn to stop
that
commenting.
conversation.
Stop it.
People are always commenting on your body.
You
It's
know,
wrong.
sometimes during that time of the month for we women, we know, like me, I
Yeah.
get, it's like they
Bloated.
blow me, not just stomach, my face everywhere. It's like they just use air. But after it's like they suck me. So will I come back to, or when you see me after, then I say, you've lost so much weight. Should I be doing that explanation every month? We shouldn't be doing that, so growing a thick skin,
Yeah.
some things should just fall off, But the people that love you, I think, people that you love or that you care about, I think it's okay to just explain to them that, you know what, I'm on this journey and it can be like this. I would appreciate it if I can, just support me. Don't comment on my weight. Don't buy me pizza. Don't buy me all those things. Please just support me. And don't make it too rigid because, this is life. So that's what I think. Yeah, it will help you. It will help.
It's very interesting, getting perspectives from both of you. Weight and management of weight has a link also to health.
Yeah.
And definitely when we talk about self-care, because we know there are quite a few diseases that are linked to weight, but not everybody's at the right, we're all at different points in time with all of that.
Yeah.
And so it's very, very critical to also look at that and realize that different people have different stories and the journey is different for everybody. What works for you might not work for another person, and that's also a discussion. But for some of us that have not necessarily had that problem, you understand, not everybody has that, has to deal with that, genetic predisposition and all that. We're not necessarily doing so much. But I've had instances where people say, "Oh, what do you do?" And if I say, very little. Very little. I mean, I'm conscious about what I do eat, to a large extent, but I wouldn't call myself a gym person. Yeah. I do a little bit of exercise, but so my story is different and my journey is different, So what works for one person is different, and different people need to do different things. And we need to have that sensitivity to understand that we are who we are, and we should respect and be sensitive to the way other people feel. Again, it's really about what you feel comfortable, the skin you feel comfortable in. And making sure. I think in our space, we tend to be very insensitive.
Yes.
A lot of people blurt things out before they don't think about
they don't process
it.
They
just say it.
Your father, in fact, the one someone told me, you don't poof, oh.
Listen, oh my God. I was a speaker in an event in February, and I was a speaker on that event last year too. Somebody in the crowd said, "Oh my God, you were here last year in the conference." I said, "Yes." "Oh, I didn't recognize you. You've had it somewhere." And I'm like, "Oh, thank you." Then she came again we're trying to take pictures. She said, "Sorry that I didn't greet you well. I didn't really recognize because you've had it now." Like, that was why I just said, you don't talk to people that you don't know like that. Do you know if I've had a baby? Do you know if I miscarried? Do you know if I'm dealing with grief?
Yes.
Because I know when I lost my mom, that was where everything changed for me. And I've not been able to get back that strength of workout since then. Yes. Do you don't know? Should I be I don't owe you
that explanation.
So she started to apologize. And sometimes before I thought it was just people being rude, but now people genuinely don't know.
Yes.
They don't know.
No, they don't know.
No, they don't know. Yes.
They don't know.
So I have come to understand that people don't know. So I take it as a learning curve. I seize that opportunity to teach.
Absolutely.
And say, no, you don't talk to people like, especially someone that you don't know. I heard I'm not your friend. I'm a speaker on a conference that you came for. And you are, because, don't talk. So, do you want me to have a bubble around me that you can't approach me? You don't talk to people like that. So she apologized. So people genuinely also do not know. And that's why we need to speak more about these things. People should talk more. And sometimes you just want to get away from the situation because you don't want to offend. But sometimes you need to correct them.
Yeah.
So that another woman does not hear that nonsense. Yes. So I had to tell she apologized profusely and it was fine. I didn't take it to heart.
You have gotten to the point where those kind of statements don't get to
exactly.
You. Some people they will go back home.
Oh yes.
In fact, it can cause.
I was like
depression.
That before.
Yeah.
Start to look at the mirror. Want to buy something quick fix.
Yeah.
Because of what someone said.
Yeah.
Like I said, age, maturity. For me, start to choose your battles and what matters, your response. So I was like, this is someone I may never even see in my life again. So, but I know I've corrected her.
Yeah.
So that should
she doesn't make that
so
mistake
I've saved
again.
another woman from hearing that nonsense,
Yeah.
So they genuinely sometimes don't know.
So as we look at this, and we embrace the reality, depending on how much weight one loses, for example, there's something it does to your anatomy, something it does to your body, and for different people that could mean different things, and that could also be something that people need to embrace and be aware of. So what would your comments and thoughts be around that?
I don't think it's wrong. I mean, as women, we enhance ourselves. If you've done the work and you feel like your form has drastically changed and you need help with something, you can. And I don't label it under you not doing something natural. There's a misconception that probably maybe you lost a lot of weight. Taking for example, someone lost weight from 150 kg and they are currently now 75 kg. Of course, they will have some
loose fat,
loose skin.
Sorry.
So it's okay. And there is a way you would go. They will tell you have to do weight exercise. I'm sure you are familiar with that. But that's like slashing the person into two. So I don't think it's wrong to help yourself. If there's some wraps I used to know then, they will say wrap it will help your skin. But if you can buy that, you can also take care. Take out the loose skin.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's wrong. We actually, especially women, we enhance ourselves every day. I mean, I'm wearing a wig. Do you understand? So you can't tell me that that's wrong or not natural, especially for someone that has done the work. So I don't think there's any objection to that from my end.
Okay.
But do you also believe in plastic surgery? What's your opinion?
That's a table. You have to go there. You have to go there. Okay.
Controversial question.
Let nobody
especially
drag
for somebody
me.
like you
Like
in the
me.
business.
So here's my thing. This is why I would not fully be on that table. Because your body is a living, should I say, entity now? It responds to things you do. So let's say you got the surgery and everything. There is still work
To be done.
to keep it. And that is why I am not fully on it. Not like just that. Because guess what? If you go through weight loss, in quote, naturally, along the line in the journey, you tend to learn habits that can help you keep it.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
Mhm.
I mean, I've been on weight loss. I've lost weight 4 different times. Minimum of 20 kg. Right? There is an habit. And when I am adding the weight, I can tell you that it is the habit I am not doing.
Yes.
That is bringing that weight back.
Yes, and you know when
And I
it's
know
happening.
it. And I know
Yeah.
what to do.
Yeah.
That's the beauty. I know what to do. If I want to be 10 kg smaller by June now,
Yeah.
I know what to do.
Yeah.
But you can't say the same if I went under the knife. That's my only issue. So my issue is that, can you keep it off?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you end up going back. So I feel it's a temporal approach
To wait.
to weight loss. That's what I feel. Because yes, even the doctor will tell you now you need to watch what you eat. You need to
work out.
exercise.
Yeah.
So you still come back.
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm for sustainable weight loss.
Yeah.
So if the habit is not teaching you what to do to keep it, I personally, and I said it before, don't invest in it.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason why, before anybody roasts me, that's the only reason why I may say yes or no.
Sustainable. I like that word.
Sustainability, yes.
Yeah, sustainable.
You have to
weight
keep
loss.
it. You have to keep it.
Yeah. Because if you cannot be able to manage it afterwards,
After,
then what
there's
was
no
the
point. The end justifies the means. If you can't keep it, like I said, if I'm nursing and I cannot do at least 70% of what I used to do, then I don't think it's sustainable or it's not healthy for me. You know, yes. So that's the only reason why. Please, oh.
So as we talk about weight management, so definitely nutrition is very central.
Nutrition is about
Nutrition is very central.
Yes.
But you know, I
to
don't
that.
believe, I don't agree with you.
What?
When most of these dietitians and nutritionists say 70% in the kitchen,
It's actually 80.
I don't 80% in the kitchen. I do not.
Why?
I'm not of that school of thought.
Why?
I'm that school of thought that is 50-50. So someone
don't
like
think
me,
so.
I
Your
like my back.
metabolism.
I love my back.
Let me cut you there.
Everybody's
You're an
body
ectomorph.
is different.
My darling, you can now not generalize like
Like
that.
that.
You're an ectomorph. I can tell. I've known you for a long time. Most women are actually endomorphs. If you're taking ice cream near me, I just inhale it. I have added weight. It's so easy to add weight and so hard to lose it. People like you, athletic, it's not the norm. You know it's not the norm. So you become based off that.
You're right.
Majority of us are endomorphs.
You know why I also still don't agree? So even with me being ectomorph, why I also don't agree is when I started going, so don't forget I lived this story,
I know.
right? So when I was trying to do it with food alone, it didn't work. So I was doing intermittent fasting, which I still do, still practice till date. It was working, but when I started going to the gym, so this thing when you talk about having that zeal,
Yeah.
that push,
Yeah.
to me, you can't achieve that with food alone, right? Like, anyway, that's why I always like to say point of view.
So yes,
can't.
definitely point of view, but there's
It
a
was-
If I
connection.
ask you what
There's
you
a
were
connection.
eating, if I ask you what you were eating now, we will get there.
there.
Soup.
You
I
can
was-
eat
I was on a
healthy.
very good diet.
My darling, you can eat healthy and eat excess. I hope you know.
Yes.
Aha.
Yes.
So that is healthy does not mean your portions should go out of the roof. If we check now, we will see that you are on calorie excess, not deficit. There is no way you will be on a deficit that you will not lose weight.
No, I was
It's a
losing
given.
weight. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong.
And then
but
because
the
you're an
look that I
ectomorph.
wanted,
Because you're an ectomorph.
I wanted that tone look.
No, if it's
It's toned.
toned,
You
you
have
have to
to
work
work
out.
out. You have
Not
to
just work
work
out.
out.
You need to
Okay,
touch
metal.
metal. You need to carry weight.
If we're just talking 80%, so we're
loss.
talking weight loss
Weight loss,
general.
yeah.
Okay. We're not talking
there's
of
a
the full
structured, firm
structured
look you
look.
want.
Yes,
No, that one you
yes.
have to
You
go
have
to the
to.
gym.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to go. Not even cardio. You need to lift weights.
Yeah.
And you know, the funny thing, you know, when I say nutrition is central, when we look at our diet, when I say our diet, I use our diet very holistically and our nutrition base here and portion size and all whatnot. You know,
In Nigeria,
we're
right?
way off.
Yes.
Yes,
Staple
we're way
diet,
off.
yeah.
I mean, it's carbs, and more
Yeah.
carbs. You know, so there's really a lot that food has to do with it.
Yeah.
Of
Let's
course.
be frank.
True,
There's a lot,
true.
but you have to. There's everything is connected.
Yeah.
Yes.
Finally agreeing to this 80% me, because I've never agreed to it
Please
before. But
agree.
she has kind of said something I never really put into perspective. The fact that we're just talking about weight loss generally,
Yeah,
and not a kind of look,
Yes.
which is a toned look that I always try to get my clients to be
To
more
look like.
invested in. So with that said, we're so happy that you came today,
Thank
Honor.
you.
You're such a lovely person,
Thank
and
you.
thank you for coming.
Thank you
I
for
hope you will
having
come
me.
again.
I will.
Because one of the things we are driving here, why it's called Undiluted, is that when you have comments, you have questions, please send the messages. And when our hosts, for example, having Honor here, any question you have, we'll make sure that we get her to answer them. And if it's interesting enough, we'll bring her back on the show and we'll discuss it again. Thank you so much, and do have a lovely day.